What's going on, Jeromes? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day out there, everyone, everywhere. We're back on the live stream, 9 a.m. Central Time, every Monday through Thursday. Now, program announcement, not doing a show on Friday because I will be away at an undisclosed location. So I'm going off to do something fun. So obviously, big Vikings news is going to break on Friday. Like they'll trade for Allen Robinson or something stupid like that. But yeah, so 2 more live streams this week, today and tomorrow. So we'll get all the fun in. And if you want to submit a question in the comment in the community tab of our YouTube channel, we'll always put out a call for questions. It's just a lot easier to go through here and do this as opposed to live stream chat. Live stream, live chat. You guys are the best. Thanks for coming along. If you catch us on demand, you're cool too. It's the purpleftw.com/support. You want to support the channel as well as join the Discord. Always good times over there. It's basically a 24-hour version of the live chat. If you do enjoy that, we got a bunch of Q&A. We got a bunch of football stuff and all right. So let's get down to business. All right. Eventually, nailed it. Yeah. Man. So much going on. Georgia Loke is probably going to be re-signed. I think it's smart. The whole Allen Robinson thing. Like, I know the Vikings don't really need a wide receiver. Perfectly fine with Jefferson and BC. I know that the Vikings only have $2 million in change in cap space. I know that the Vikings already gave up picks to get Yannick. I know that Allen Robinson doesn't play guard or edge rusher or cornerback. Don't care. Don't care in the slightest. Allen Robinson, we said in the video, like he is up there in terms of being an extremely underrated receiver. He has just been stuck with absolute garbage quarterbacks his entire career. And even back at Penn State, if you go back and look, I mean, he had Hackenberg, but nah. All right, so, no. What's one realistic roster move you would make for the Vikings right now? Signing, trading, benching, etc. So I would bench Elfline. I would start either I would start Olu Udo at right guard just to see what he's got. I would see trade. I would trade Chase McLaughlin to the Titans for Davis, the guard Davis. Nate Davis out of Charlotte, the one with the weird stance. He is a dude, man. Or we could swing a deal for Adoree Jackson. It doesn't make sense. I would sign Snacks. Yeah. Turtle 553 BRB. I'm gonna get some snacks. I'm gonna go eat a goddamn snack. Eric Normal. I thought Zimmer jinxed himself by saying a couple weeks back that he's never had a bad defense ever. And then he had the second most yards allowed. The only more was the Rams game at the Coliseum on Thursday night, 2018. Yeah, because that was the Aldrick Robinson 2-touchdown game. He had like 17 yards receiving, but 2 touchdowns. Woo! Also, yeah, the most points given up by Zimmer defense. It's going to be rough. Yippee-ki-yay, mother fluffer. Record prediction after that embarrassing loss, 15-1. Nah. Who needs to bounce back the most? I'm still going to go 11-5, staying alive, win the division. It's pretty much been our prediction, unless you discount our obviously over-the-top prediction videos, which people don't get, which I just think is funny. Who needs to bounce back the most? All the edge rushers. All the cornerbacks. Overall, the offense looked okay. It did. Danaconda 350. Cut the cornerbacks, sign me for $20 and a Travis Scott meal from McDonald's. I can give up 14 catches to opposing teams' receivers for close to nothing. Use the extra money to get snacks or something. Yeah, Zimmer can find a cover 2 cornerback down at 7-Eleven. Also, you can find the way that Holton Hill and Mike Hughes played on Sunday at 7-Eleven too. Yeti Eddie, what if we get Odell and bench Hill? He was giving up a lot, to be honest. Yeah, Holton Hill. Like if Gladney starts for one of the starting cornerbacks, it's close, but I would put down Holton Hill. Yeah, that was really rough. But getting Odell. So I have to sneeze. That you, Rona? Yeah, remember the offseason when some jabroni like New York sports talk radio jockey was saying like, oh, we got sources say that the Vikings and the OBJ deal it's getting done. Nah. Supremely talented, but I would rather have Allen Robinson than OBJ. I would, just because we're getting over the whole Diggs diva attitude thing, and then you go back to OBJ, even though OBJ is really good. He is good, man. All right, next up, Brian Kayukin. Ezra, Reef, Bradbury, Udo, O'Neal, starting week 2 in that order. I get on board with that. Bench Elfline, or however it's supposed to be spelled. Yeah, we'll take that. Elfine. Nicholas Bland. I don't think it's realistic, but I'd rework Barr to sign a guard or veteran cornerback, or trade Barr for a guard cornerback. I think it's more likely that he gets traded than restructured. We have a video out tomorrow morning explaining that whole thing. Sorry, I'm just watching the news, seeing if they've re-signed. Georgia Loca. The Big Ten is back, baby. It's good times. You knew that they were going to reverse course because that was such a dumb decision. Also, I like Kevin Warren. I think he's a good man. I think overall he's a good leader, but this one got away from him. This one was rough. Evan Castaway. If Jeff Gladney was a first-round pick, why is he getting the least amount of snaps out of any corner? Is he a project kind of prospect? No, he's old. Also, I would bring in Larry Warford to replace Elfline. Warford opted out for COVID. So Gladney, what happened is that he started out training camp slow because they wanted to limit his reps because of he's recovering from a meniscus. So, but he's fine. Since there's no preseason games, there's not really much to shake up the order. And it was pretty clearly Hughes, Hill, and Dantzler. And they rolled into week 1 like that. So I don't think it's anything that he's necessarily a project or that they're holding him back. It's just it was what it was coming out of training camp. But now, I mean, the way that they played, I mean, hell, toss him out there. There's a reason why you took him in the first round. There's a reason why he's that caliber of a player. Plus, he's older than Mike Hughes. Can we let the older guys play? Let the veterans play. Head Huncho. Definitely snacks. Question. Which player has the most blackmail on the Vikings coaching staff, jokingly? BB, Elfline, Sean Mannion, Dozier, Hughes, honorable mention, Wash Xavier Rhodes when he was on the team. I would say it's probably Elfline, although BB just hanging around, raises some eyebrows. I mean, Dozier can do okay in the run game. Sean Mannion is like your prime Meridian, just backup, slappy veteran that you don't want to ever play. Hughes, I still have hope for Hughes. Viking Jerome, maybe sign or trade for veteran cornerback depth. I don't know who'd be available. Maybe revisit the Desmond King trade. Definitely not Prince Amukamara. Like, that name gets brought up a lot. It's like, no. Also, apparently, I was wearing my hat crooked in one of the videos. That bugs me because I feel like crooked hat guys, nah. Let's hear. Brett Vuvuzelas. Trey, I'm kind of glad we didn't see the Vikings need to trade for Allen Robinson bid. Well, you were in luck. Just got out there. Brett Vuvuzelas. What does it mean to protect a practice squad player? I would probably restructure Barr's contract and then sign Sax Harrison. Do not restructure Barr. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Protect a practice. So basically, you can shield up to 4 players per week, and each practice squad player up to 4 times a year from another team poaching from the practice squad. Now, it's more pomp and circumstance because there's an unwritten rule that it's like giving someone a Billy Martin. It's if you tab another team's practice squad player to add to your 53, the team has the right of first refusal, sort of unofficially, be like, hey, now we're going to promote him. Screw you. Right? So it's sort of whatever. But yeah, the Vikings only protected McLaughlin, the kicker Chase McLaughlin last week, and only him this week. So far that I believe. Let's see here. It's Yannick Ngakoue. It's on a press conference right now. Cool. Next up is Charlie Boltman. Trade Anthony Harris, Anthony Barr in the 4th and future 5th. to the Patriots for Joe Juan Williams, Y'all DeFro, hold J.C. Jackson. I do more and get that trade done. Necessary power player for the future. I want my pound of flesh for the Justin Coleman sniping. Legendary Tennessee UDFA Justin Coleman, who was in camp for the Vikings and then went to the Patriots and was good, and then signed. So with the Seahawks, it was good, and then he signed a big free agent deal with the Lions, and now I think he's on IR. I'm also doing whatever it takes to get Aaron Banks in the first round next year because he'd be a top 10 left guard for sure. Hiring Josh McDaniels, head coach, coordinator, Mike Scarnecchia. There's more of them. Line coach Keith Butler, play calling D coordinator. McDaniels' personality rubs me the wrong way. Like in Denver, he tried to be the dictator, except he hadn't earned his bona fides yet. It works for Belichick, obviously, but nah. It's like when Zimmer first got here, actually still Zimmer now. So Zimmer was a disciple of Bill Parcells. Really cut his teeth down in Dallas when Parcells was down there. And Parcells would have been a great politician, by the way, because he knew how to press buttons and convey messages through the media. And he knew, for lack of a better term, manipulate his players, but in a positive way, just to get the most out of them. And he knew how to do that. And he never said anything by accident. Everything he said was for a reason and for calculated effect. So when Zimmer came in and was just calling out dudes left and right, I feel like he learned from Parcells, watching him all those press conferences for all those years, but then he didn't think about the tactics behind it. So he's still working on it, still calibrating. So yeah. Levi Craig. Y'all ever wonder how the Vikings would be if they still had Pat Shurmur? I mean, that Broncos offense wasn't great, but that might have to do more with personnel. But I mean, yeah, if Shurmur, as frustrating as that sounds, I feel like Shurmur, his head was not in the NFC title game, 38-7 at Philly. His mind was on, who am I going to assemble for my staff on the Giants? I think that did play a big part of it. It did. Archangel 01. Thoughts on Zimmer's gloating ass remark? I've never had a bad defense. Then getting wiped by the corpse of Aaron Rodgers, a 12-year-old boy. Feeling too comfortable with the extension. Man, that extension didn't look great after 1 week. PFR, So Zimmer, let's see here. Let's see, you want total defense? Sure. All right. 2020. We're at the bottom. All right, so total defense, so points per game. He's had, with the Vikings here, he's had four top six defenses in terms of scoring, which is great. First in 2017, big time deal. Last year, they're number 5 in total defense. That was after they started out really, really bad, by the way. And let's see what else here. 2018, they were 9th. So his time with the Vikings, the worst that he's had is the 11th worst defense in terms of total points. So, I mean, that's fine. Yards is, let's see what yards. Yards is even better, but yards is a less accurate display of quality of defense. Just go with points because it's like the name of the game. Atlanta. Yeah, the gutless bastards defense. Yeah, Bobby Petrino's defense. See, one of his years in Dallas, one of his years in Cincinnati, they were ass. Actually, a couple of his years in Dallas. But was that more on Zimmer or more on Parcells? Also, how weird was it back in the day when there was 31 teams before the Texans came in? Just weird. Well, also, let's see here. See, let's pick a random year. So before the Browns came back, we'll say 19, because they realigned in 2002. So we'll say, actually, 2001 Wiki NFL standings. Back when they had the NFC Central. They need to bring that back, by the way. Bring it on back. Yeah, look at that. All right, so they had this is before the Texans came in. They went to 4 divisions of 4 teams each. So the AFC East, the Colts were over there. Imagine if Brady and So this is the first year of Brady because they won the Super Bowl in 2001. So imagine Peyton and Brady in the same division. How great that would have been. The AFC Central had 6 teams in it. So they had, God, this is so messed up. So Steelers, Ravens, Browns, and what the hell did they do? All right, Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, and then you had the Titans and the Jaguars, who became part of the AFC South. And then, of course, the West is the Raiders, the Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers. And remember, like, Seattle's flip-flop conferences, not just divisions, but conferences multiple times, which is hilarious to me. The NFC least, remember the Cardinals were in the least for a while. That was harkening back to when they were in St. Louis, which still doesn't make sense, but I guess that's more east than Dallas. NFC Central, of course, the Bucks were in there. Also, Troll Lions fan. The Bucks have won the division more recently than the Lions. I always love that one. And then, of course, the NFC West. Remember the Saints were in the NFC West? Also, the Man, that was so stupid. Because it's the Rams, Niners, the Seahawks, and then the Cardinals. Yeah, so the original NFC West had the Falcons, the Panthers, and the Saints. God, how stupid is that? It's amazing. I love it. It's good times. All right. Football used to be much better and simpler and dumber back in the day. I miss it. Ernesto Esparza, throw in Cleveland and give the ball more to Jefferson. Sure and sure. Well, definitely the last part, yes. First part, only at left tackle. Brett Vuvuzelas, would you be okay with the Vikings signing Georgia Loco? Damn, I'm waiting for them to say that they did it. Are the Cardinals actually on it? Oh, also, I need to bitch about... So, they changed the IR rules that you can come back after 3 weeks now. But you see the headlines, and it's like, oh, this big player, this key player goes on IR. And they're like, oh. And then you remember, it's like, oh, yeah, it's 3 weeks. And you don't have to designate who's coming back. So, they need to make a 3-week roster exempt injured list. So, they need an IR and they need an IL. That's what they need. Because IR needs to be IR, man. I don't like it. All right, let's know when we're watching from. We give a couple of shout outs. I always like doing that. Preacher Paul is coming in from Bearmouth, Montana. That's a hell of a name of a city. I love it. Pulford Skull, Nashville, Tennessee. What up? Lots of businesses moving to Nashville. Purple Rain. Oakview, Skull from Minnesota. What up? Thomas Hayes, Baston. Back again, waiting for the goddamn Four Loko. That was like 2 years ago. A long time ago. Drabrisky, Skull from Trempolo. Other side of the river. Gonna be in Winona like 3 weeks. Looking forward to it. Next up is Ethan Griffith. Who are the top 5 Vikings on the roster based off position in comparison around the league? Mine, Harrison, Daniil, Kendricks, Dalvin, Anthony Harris. I don't remember. All right, so I would say Kendricks 1. Daniil 2, Harrison 3. Dalvin 3, Harrison 4. And that is it. Oh, yeah, CJ, but that's a given. Either Griffith. I think that most of the problems the cornerbacks experienced were caused by lack of pass rush and being stuck in an island for too long. Thoughts? They certainly work hand in hand, and also just so much off coverage. It's just such a passive way to play, even though you weren't getting much of a pass rush, even though your blitzes weren't getting home. It's just confounding. Like, how does this happen? Especially with the Packers' offensive line just completely tore up. It's weird. Other than signing Snacks, outside Cameron Wake for the vet minimum 1-year deal. Yeah, the corpse of Cameron Wake can still do it. He reportedly had a workout with the Broncos, which, they're obviously needing some edge help as well. Let's see here. Purple Rain Skull from Wasal. I do basketball. St. Paul, baby. What to do? What's the deal? What is the deal with Philadelphia? Love your cream cheese. Eric Hansen. Skull from Arlington. What's going on? Zach Ball Skull from Northern Colorado. Brandon Lopez driving through OK on my way to Texas. Oh, is this like the movie Hell or High Water? Are you coming back from laundering money at the casino? That's a really good movie, by the way. Ben Foster is an extremely underrated actor. Just like look up every single role that he's in. Dude brings it every single time. I love it. Lemon James, or is it Lamont James? Lamont James. Should be. Skull from St. Petersburg, Florida. Good at talking today. Peter Hoffer Skull from Calls, Ohio. Is that Columbus? Close enough. All right, next up. Westworld, watching Vic Fangio's debacle play out has given me great appreciation for development of Zimmer over his tenure. Yeah, that was some really piss poor clock management. That loss is all on him. Also, how dare he deprive the world of a Brandon McManus 74-yard field goal attempt? He might have made it too, because McManus made a 73-yarder in practice with a live rush. So, for shame. We needed this. Seth V. Herman. What keeps you motivated? Keep pushing out content. What do you do when you get burned out? I don't know. Everything we talk about are things that I'm interested in talking about, or would be trying to find content on it myself. Do I get burned out? I don't really get burned out. We've grooved enough of a schedule where everything is sort of cordoned off. Where it's like, this is the content, this is work, this is family time, this is sleep. I'm getting sleep and being active and getting some exercise, as well as carving out time for hobbies, even during football season. That's important. I would trade Tajay Sharp for a mid-late round pick, probably a late round pick. Elevate Alexander Hollins to active roster in a corresponding move. Damn straight. Also, you see that Washington, they tried out former Vikings legend Jeff Badette and Courtney Davis and also Dylan Mitchell. It's like, bro, why are you so obsessed with us? They want to be us. Also, man, did you see that? So, what is the name of the Eagles fan that's loud and just curses all the time? He's hilarious. I forget his name, but he's awesome. They had a meme where it's like, when your team blows a 17-point lead to a team that has no name, it's just the guy just yelling the F word as loud as possible. Like, ah! It's great. Trey, give me the gun, Trey. Polo the Goat 2.0 Packers fans from Apple Valley. Meh. Jake Simmons, EDP. Oh, his name is EDP? EDP is awesome. I want to be EDP someday. Also, speaking of like emulating, so I feel like half the insults we get from Packers fans, besides "Goal Pack Goal," is like your channel's not as big as Tom Grossi. I don't care. I do not care in the slightest. Like, I respect him, love and respect the hustle, but you know, we're not in competition with anyone. Not even competition with myself. Okay? I don't care. Like, we do this for fun. We get to meet some cool Jeromes. We get to talk about football. And how great is that? Stanley Morris. Oh, sorry. Trade Kirk to the Colts for 2 firsts, tank the season away, then come back next year, win the next 5 Super Bowls. I don't know. Kirk comes out and has a 400-yard, 5-touchdown, 150 quarterback rating game. Never sleep on, hey, this guy played well against us, scouting. I mean, Chris Ballard on the phone. Hey, what's up? Stanley Morris, who's winning a fight? Ian Rappaport or Kyle Schefter? Adam Schefter? Probably Schefter, because I'm pretty sure that Rappaport is like 2 feet tall. Like, he may be a legit pygmy. So, no. Patrick Harms. Like, if you were trying to put together a human nesting doll, he would be the smallest one. It's like him and Andrew Siciliano are surprisingly short. Like, I would, if me, Ian Rappaport, and Andrew Siciliano were on a basketball team, I would be Dikembe Mupalumbo, Jinjak Wamatumbo out there playing the post. Let's see. Patrick Harms. I also heard that Newman is in game shape and ready to play safety if needed. Yeah, Doogie put that out there. I will say that he obviously knows the defense. Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy said he expects 25% capacity at AT&T for Sunday's game versus Atlanta. It's about 20,000 fans. Ooh. It's happening. It's happening. All the people who are actively rooting for the football season to be canceled are just like shitting nails right now. You hate to see it. Next up is, but yeah, if poop starts hitting the fan, I mean, Terrence Newman, I mean, sure. Luke K, do you have any bold predictions for Sunday's game? I think this is a massive get-right game for the Vikings. I think they lay the wood. It's going to be like 42-10 type game. They're just going to bring the heat. Yannick Ngakoue is going to get 2 strip sacks on the Colts like he usually does. It's going to be great. Cesar Augustus, I think we need a tank if we lose the Colts and Old Man Rivers. No. 0-2 is just a number. Jake Simmons, I trade Elfline, Rudolph, and a second or third round pick. And a fourth for Ali Marpet and restructure Barr's contract. No on Barr's restructure. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But Ali Marpet's a dude, man. He is really good. It's a pretty decent contract. The pride of Hobart. You look good. Luke K. Only one move is I would bench Pat Elfline and then place Udo at right guard. Yes. I think the Vikings really should explore. Actually, let me keep a note of that. Play Udo at right guard, you cowards. Because it just blows my mind because when you're on the game, when you're a backup offensive lineman on the game day roster, like versatility is a key for you. So why aren't they even fathoming working him in at a right guard or left tackle or anything like that? Well, not left tackle because you have Cleveland. It's so stupid. Next up, Torrey Hansen. I would have to decide between having to either sign Snacks Harrison or Josh Klein. It's fair. Patrick Harms, Big Ten football will officially play. There's too many moves I'd make. Realistically, I bench Elfline, start Udo in his place, send Pat to the practice squad to try to trade him, and then call up Hinton from the practice. I mean, honestly, if you put Kyle Hinton in Pat Elfline's place on last Sunday, do you think he would do worse? I don't think he would do worse, and that says a lot. Chase and Gelke, bring back Treadwell and Ponder? Never. Maybe Treadwell. World 2 General Vince Vaughn. I've never been a Kirk apologist, but what I saw from him has made me more optimistic than ever. He looked poised to slide around. If he keeps it up, he will be smoother. He will get smoother. Now he's got a taste of the positive effects. I mean, yeah, that first drive, those 2 throws to Thielen were Pulford Skull. Robinson with the Bears deleted social media. Sound familiar? And he wants out. Now, wouldn't that be sweet? It would be. It's an absolute luxury item, but I'm in. Luke K., you're on a deserted island for a month and have 7 items to bring. What would you bring? Okay. I would bring waterproof matches. I would bring waterproof matches. I would bring a knife. It doesn't have to be a fancy knife, just like any sort of pocket knife would do. Or actually, a multi-tool with a knife on it, like a nice Gerber. That'd be good. Bring a SteriPen, although you'd run out of battery. A saltwater desalinization kit, because I guess you could just collect and boil. You'd be fine. Could you bring some flares? But you could just light things on fire, right? Oh, bring a sat phone. What's it bring? Well, are we talking about realistic things, or can I bring like a Chinese shipping container that I could build into a shelter? That'd be pretty sweet. No, we'll keep it realistic. See, if it's a deserted island, you probably don't need a compass, so you're fine there. Although, if you want to make a break for it, you will need the compass. So, yeah, compass. Tarp. So, you can use a tarp as a shelter, or if you build a raft, you can use it as a sail. Then, that's really about it. Because, I mean, you could say that you could, well, I guess fish hooks. You could figure out string. Actually, like 100 feet of paracord, because that always comes in handy. Because you could say bring fish hooks or bring like an arrows or weapons to hunt or fish, but like you can craft all that with a knife and wood. So, yeah. Hunter Sari, how much longer do you think Kirk has left in his career with the Vikings? 4 years? I think he'll play out his extension. Right, so I guess that'd be 3 years. Right, so this year, next year, the year after that. MIT 03. Have you heard about Allen Robinson? Yes, it's been addressed. Westworld, Clancy Barone just kind of disappeared. Isn't he on the Bears? I think he's like the tight ends coach of the Bears. Yeah, he's the Bears tight ends coach. But the Bears staff is something to behold, man. Yeah, staff. All right, so you got stupid Ryan Pace, you got Bill Nagy, you have Sharks with freaking Bill Laserbeams, you got Dave Ragone, former Louisville quarterback before Teddy, like way before Teddy, JDF, John DiFilippo, Mike Fury, the former pride of, was it Northern Iowa? Pretty sure it was. At Northern Iowa, get some. Went there after Kurt Warner. Juan Castillo. You remember Juan Castillo was the longtime Eagles offensive line coach, and then Andy Reid was like, "Yeah, you're my D coordinator now." That doesn't work. Chuck Pagano, Chuck Strong. I actually really like Chuck. Let's see here. Oh, Deshae Townsend, former great cornerback at the University of Alabama. He's great. Chris Tabor. That sounds familiar. I got nothing. Baby's got a more famous brother. Next up is Stan Lamar's trade Barr and a 3 to the Giants for James Bradbury and Dexter Lawrence. Don't really need Lawrence. I'm also kind of meh on Bradbury too. Trade Barr and a 3 to the Giants for Andrew Thomas. Yes, I know he had a bad first game, but so did the entire offensive line. Andrew Thomas, we'll figure something out. Pulford Skull. Browns want to get rid of Odell and he wants out. Let's make it happen. Ugh. Word is it's a third or less for him. Yeah. I don't know. Joel Boltman. It's a no-go if Snacks wants multiple years with guaranteed money. Yes. He said multiple times he could be playing if he wanted to, and many teams put in offers. I don't necessarily believe that. Yeah, I don't. World Tour General Vince Vaughn. Play a physically gifted offensive lineman, a.k.a. Udo, anywhere. I hate to say it, but whomever is holding this organization back from trying new younger players on the line, especially has got to go. Well, that's them, in all likelihood. 5 Ope Soap. Sign Snacks and start Jeff Gladney, and we're going 12-4. That's fair, dog. Protective Daddy Bear. Bench Elfline, place a meal at Dancer and Gladney Ball. Sign Snacks. Could be on board with that. Stanley Morris, are we worried at all about the lack of pass rush may stunt our corners, that they get torched every week and pick up bad habits like playing ways they normally wouldn't? I'm all for taking lumps, but I have a bad feeling that getting torched every week is going to kill confidence and create bad habits trying to overcorrect. It's certainly possible. But, one game, top 20 wide receiver, Devontae Adams. Oh, they'll be fine. Siona Gona, bench elf. Damn straight. RJ Free. Does Zimmer have a daughter that's married to Elfline? Roster moves. No, this isn't a Tom Coughlin, Chris Snee situation. Although Snee was like a damn good player in his own right. Roster move would be bench O'Neal to keep from ruining his career by playing 2 positions at once. I get it. Yeah, that sack was, that Zadarius sack was all on Elfline, by the way. Oakview. Do you think we should use Harrison or Kendricks as a cornerback? Just lock one or the other on the number 1 receiver each time until one of the other cornerbacks step up. Well, Kendricks is amazing in coverage as a linebacker, but I mean, like Kendricks against T.Y. Hilton, probably not. We could bring also like the biggest like the one hole in Harrison's game is that he's not a good man-on-man coverage guy. We could bring Nate at safety or Wilson at linebacker to start if needed. Also, convinced Talib to come and play for league minimum 1 year. Now, they'll just shoot himself in the leg. Like Aqib Talib is bad. He is. But so that is it. That is the. Sorry, we're cutting this a little short, but I'm gonna go pick some apples. It's gonna be a great time. Like kids love picking apples. Like, oh, you really just enjoy this manual labor, don't you? But it's a good time. Go get yourself some Honeycrisp, get some Spartan apples, get some Pink Ladies. Damn straight. If you want to support the work, toss a little something in the Venmo. Also visit all of our sponsors. You know what to do. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. Jeromes, you're the best. Have yourself a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Skull, production value.